Hello everyone, you are welcome to Network Pips. So in our previous class, we discussed about pull request or merge request, where we are able to make a change on this our feature branch and the merge that change that we made with the main branch. You understand? Which is this our default branch, and the everything was cool, no conflict. You understand? So, but in this class, we're going to see how we can resolve merge conflicts. So, either automatically or manually. So, let's say we have two developer, Chede, we have Wendy, working on this same conduit UI application, and they are all developing the same, working on the same feature, the like button. So most likely they will be working on this same branch. So let me say Chedi made a change. So because basically they're going to pull this repository on their local system, right? And any change they will after they are done making their change, they're going to push it to the remote repository. So let's say Chid made a change on this Docker file, and once he's done making this change, he's going to push it to the remote repository, right? Everything is expected to go fine, smooth, no conflict. Now, Wendy is going to make a change on this README file, for example, and once she's done making that change and she wants to push to the remote repository, there will be a conflict. Now, the conflict you're going to see is that the remote repository now has a higher updated version of the code because JD has already pushed to that repository than what Wendy is having. So the Git is going to request Wendy to make a pull request to update her own repository first, resolve any conflict that might arise, then push back to the remote repository. So let me show you how we can quickly do that. So I'm going to use this. I've opened this Docker file on another tab to simulate the change that Chid is going to make. So I'm going to click on this pencil edit icon, come here, just going to add one line. Here you can see there is already a change to be committed. I'm going to commit this change, leave the message as default, then commit. So Chid has already committed, push to the remote repository with what I just did now. That's the scenario. Then Wendy is going to come to our own local system, and I'm already on this repository. She's going to edit the readme file, and let's say she added new change. That's what she added. Then escape, then shift right with, then git add, or and git push. Okay, no, not git push, git commit. Then dash, put your message, then going to use updated readme, then close my message, then git push. So it's going to no, I have to type, remove that. So it's going to reject my push. It's going to tell me that the remote repository has a higher updated version of the code. Yeah, so for me to resolve this thing, I'm going to use a git pull command to update my local repository, then resolve any conflict that might arise, then push back to the remote repository. So I'm going to use the git pull command. Then I love using it with the -r. R means rebase. So it's going to make my own commit to be at the top of the commit. That's when this commit is going to be at the top of the commit. So any change that has been made on the repository is going to make my own to come on top it, above it. That's what it means. Because I don't know what change that that might have been done on the remote repository. So I don't want my own change to be discarded, or to be, to have any to be discarded. You understand? Or to have a conflict with it. So I just want to make my own to be above, my own commit to be above the remote repository I'm trying to pull down. So I'm going to do the git pull, then dash rebase to pull this, but everything is fine, everything is successful. There was no conflict. any conflict between two of them has been resolved automatically. So what I'm gonna do now is to just come here. I'm going to do git push to push to the remote repository, and it have pushed there. If I go back to that remote repository now and click on the readme file, you should see that might change right now. So you can see it, new change is being effected. Now this kind of merge, there wasn't a this kind of change, or this kind of collaboration, there wasn't a conflict per se, you understand? But what if the two developers was working on the same branch, the same repository, the same branch, and they were editing the same file, and probably they edited the same line, you understand? What do you think is going to happen? There will be a conflict, definitely, that Git might not be able to resolve. Some Git can resolve it, but some Git might not be able to resolve, and it will require a manual way of resolving this conflict by working with the other developer to resolve the conflict. So let me show you how you can do that quickly. I'm going to edit this readme file. I'm going to come here. I'm going and I'm going to change this repository to repo. You understand? Oh, don't need. I'm just going to remove these dots here. It's already a change, no? So I'm just going to save it. Then I'm going to commit my change. Then it's assumed that Chidi has already pushed to the remote repository like this. Now I'm going to come to Wendy. Now Wendy edited the same file. It's editing the same file, you know, and Wendy come here to this repository, and she removed these characters, SSSS, to remove it, typing S on my keyboard to delete all those characters. Then come here, quit, shift colon right and quit to save it. Now if I do git add to add my change, to move it to the stage area, git commit and -m, and updated readme, then that's fine. Then git push, right? What will happen? It's gonna give me the same error that I got the previous time. There is already someone have already updated the remote repository, so what I'm having here on my local system is outdated. I need to pull down the remote repository and update what I have first before pushing. Then if there is any conflict, I should resolve it before pushing. I'm going to do git pull, then -r to rebase it, to make my own above the remote repository. So I'm going to do, so it's going to tell me that, oh, look at the message, conflict content, merge conflict in readme file. It's going to tell me the files. Error could not apply my own commit. So resolve all conflict manually, mark them as resolved with, you understand? So git, I can decide to skip this conflict by using git rebase skipped, you understand, or about it entirely. I don't want to do anything, do this commit again. So I'm going to I'm going to go to that file and see the conflict that git detected, since it wasn't able to resolve it automatically. I'm going to come here. So notice we have this header, which is the one for the remote repository. That's what it means. So this is the one that for the remote repository, and we'll have this this updated readme, which is the one that I just made. So you can see there are two identical lines, you understand, but what differs from them is this repository and this repo. So what I'm gonna do on this case now is I'm going to call Chidi on a call and tell Chidi, oh, we have a conflict. I see you are the one that made change to this repository at last. He edited this file, and we are having a conflict. On my end, I'm having repo dot, and you are having just repository without no dot. How are we going to resolve this conflict? Chidi will tell you, oh, I thought we are just penning out the repository with full word. I don't know we are doing with shortcut. Oh, you can go ahead and delete and resolve it. Let your own be the correct one. So if you guys agreed on it, you can come here and delete your message. So I can come here, I will use double D to delete this message, and type D again to delete this particular one. I will type D again to delete this one, and come here, I will delete this also, this line as well. Don't delete this message, delete this particular one that has arrow. Type double D again to delete it, and when I'm done, I'm going to save. Shift colon WQ to save, and everything is fine. If I do git status, I can see everything is fine now. What I can do now is I can do git rebase continue. You understand? Okay. Oh, I need to add it first. You understand? So I'm going to add my change. Git add. I forgot to add it. Then git commit. Then -m. Going to use result conflict. So that's fine. So git rebase means I want to continue my rebase. So I'm going to use continue to continue my rebase, and the rebase was successful. So next time I'm going to do again now is to push to my repository. The rebase was successful, which means my conflict was okay. I resolved the conflict successfully. Was able to take my own commit above the remote repository commits. That's what it means. So what I'm gonna do now is to push to the remote repository, and if everything works fine, I'm supposed to push successfully and I won't get any conflict. So I'm going to use git commit, git push to push to this remote repository, and everything is fine. If I go to that remote repository now, I should see my change on that guy, on this repository, on the readme. So if I click on readme now, you can see my new change was there, and the .repo is still there without any conflict. So having said that, that will bring us to the end of this class. I would like you to like my video, subscribe to my channel. Have any question, you can drop it on the comment section. I will respond to you as quick as I can. See you in my next video. Bye.